from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. Dee, Nimmin, and Daniel Batal.
I'm getting a delay.
You're getting a delay.
Are you hearing the delay?
Oh yeah.
Megan, check on the show. Yeah, really loud. Check.
I'm not hearing it. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Sound off in the chat. Let us know how you're doing today. We're coming in hot. We do apologize for a little bit of a delay. We had some technical difficulties on our end, but we got that all wrapped up. How's everybody doing? And Daniel, did you bring your cup?
I do have my cup. I do have my cup right here. I solved the delay problem right here. I got
All
my
right,
cup.
excellent.
Always, hey, both cups. See, I've got the Streamyard cup. That's my favorite,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
a huge one.
Yeah.
And then I have to remind people that I'm still not a rock star.
But you are a liar. You're my rock star. And on that note, why don't you tell the kind ladies and gentlemen today what we're doing and what prizes they can possibly win and how this whole thing works.
Okay, yeah, today we're going to be doing another exciting round of Channel Reviews Live, the only game show where you can actually learn how to grow your YouTube channel and win fabulous prizes along the way. The way we do this is Dee's going to be using the Streamyard giveaway tool, which will flash a word up on screen. And what you're going to want to do is type the word exactly as you see it. Just one time is all you need to do into the chat, and that tool is going to pick someone from the chat to come on up. We'll pull up their channel and take a look at it, but we're going to use a wheel that tells us what to look at. And it's best 2 out of 3. If you get 2 out of the 3 best practices right, you'll move on to the end of the final round. We'll be spinning the wheel for prizes. And if you get 2 out of 3 wrong, we're going to move on to the next contestant. But you can keep playing because we've had contestants come up here more than once. It's really fun.
We have. And the word to type in right now is Streamyard, obviously, because that is the system that we are using to this. Every time we go live doing this on the Streamyard channel, we are using Streamyard. If you're not a Streamyard user, or if you're not live streaming at all, and you're thinking about the easiest way to go live with the least amount of headache, I do recommend Streamyard. There's a link down in the description below. You can try it for up to 20 hours per month, totally free. So give that a shot if you're thinking about the best and easiest way to go live. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait just a little bit longer, let some more people type in the word, then we're going to give this a spin. Hey, Daniel, who's on Timpani today?
Timpani, we've handed it right back to our good friend Geraldo, who is freshly back from a vacation we all took together to New York. We all stayed in the same bed. Kind of interesting.
I was, okay, more information than I came for today. Let's spin it. Geraldo, let's go.
Let's go.
You made it weird, man. Geraldo, you made it weird.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the big ding. Alex the Gamer Boy. Now, this name seems very familiar to me. It's not the first time I think we've seen Alex the Gamer Boy. So, Alex, I expect good things here because you're no fresh version to this particular situation. So we're going to expect to see you be able to nail all these best practices. All right. So here's the channel. Now, I'm not going to do anything right now. As we've said, we've got a wheel that we rely on that's going to tell us exactly what to look at. So let's pull up the wheel, spin it, and let's see what we're going to be looking at.
Really quick before you...
Oh, too late. I'm a fast spinner.
That's okay. That's you are. While that's spinning, I saw somebody say, why didn't we see our name?
Tell them why we didn't see their name, D.
All right, so first we're going to tell you why you didn't see your name. And the reason that happened, everyone's name, as long as you typed in StreamYard exactly the way you saw it, your name went through there. It's just that sometimes it doesn't actually display all the names, and there's a little bit of a delay between what we have and what you see. Sometimes some names actually get skipped. Yeah. But everyone's name is in there if you typed it in correctly.
Yep. Yeah, don't freak out. You only have to type it in once. Typing it in more than one time into the chat doesn't increase your chances. It just gets things a little messier. Type it in once. Make sure you type it in the right way, and you'll be good to go. So we're going to be looking at first, optimized titles is the first thing. It reset to free merch, but optimized title is actually the first slice. So D, can you tell people what we mean by optimized titles and how that might be important to growing your YouTube channel?
Absolutely. When we're talking about optimized, first of all, I thought you would never ask. I've been waiting for a month to describe optimized titles once again. So when we're talking about optimized titles, we're talking about a title that either compels your target audience to click. It could be something that piques their curiosity, or maybe it makes them laugh, or whatever it is. It stops them from scrolling and it says, oh, wow, that's an interesting title, and they want to click on it. Or maybe it's got a keyword in there that's targeting your specific target audience, and it also, your target audience identifies with that, and they want to click on that title.
Yeah, well said.
Kind of
that is a mouthful, I tell you.
Yeah.
sometimes it is. So here's the channel, right? So this is, we're looking at this channel. What we want to do is take a look at the videos tab, and we'll start looking at some of the titles and see if they feel like they are optimized titles. So here's some right here. Voice acting announcement, I guess, closed. When Bill doesn't realize it was an April Fool's joke. New Discord server moment. They all look like they're Thomas the Tank Engine thumbnails. I'm a little lost on that, but how they relate to the titles. Yee. Alex and Ben, read description. Voice lines for someone's address. When Piggy is sus. All right.
Yeah.
D. Who's going to be the bearer of bad news here?
These are not optimized titles, and unless you are targeting a very, very, very specific niche here, and your target audience understands this, I'm going to say these are not optimized title, because looking at your channel here, even trying to think about what some of these are like, or what these videos are about, I don't know. And that's the whole idea of your title, is either let the viewer know what the video is about when they read your title, or piques their curiosity enough to where they want to find out what it's about.
Yeah.
And some of these are just not it. And I'm not even sure what the channel's about, so it's kind of hard to even have a frame of reference on this, an announcement.
Yeah, and I like to, I'm usually trying to figure out when I do the same thing Dee said, like if I try to make sure that maybe if it's a niche that I don't understand and it's referencing something that might actually be important to the target audience, and they get it, then I go, oh, I just didn't know that terminology. But I'm looking at some of these from 6 months ago, 36 views. I'm looking at this one from 6 months ago. Whoa, 112 views. I feel like they're struggling to get the views you probably want to get. You're making it harder for the viewer to understand exactly what this video is about. And the title is the perfect place to help them understand, to compel them, to try to win their click. So I would think on this situation, my friend Alex, I'd probably work a little more in depth on your titles and try to do something that speaks to the viewer. Don't be so clever that you're like, haha, I did something, see? Yeah. That the viewer goes, I don't know you, I don't get it. Remember that channels never grow faster than when your content is served to people who have no idea who you are. So you have to make it easy for them to understand what they can expect in this video, whether it's funny, amusing, clever, whatever the thing is, but it shouldn't be indecipherable and leave people scratching their heads.
Yeah, you have to think about how YouTube operates in general. Like what Daniel was just talking about, like you're going to go the fastest when YouTube is putting your videos in front of people who don't know you yet. So your videos have to make sense to those people. Of course, the people who are currently subscribed to your channel, they understand what you're doing and it makes sense, but you're not going to grow. And if that's your goal here, that you want to change how you're doing things, but you're not going to grow your channel by only pleasing them, by only serving them content. You want to reach a wider audience, so you need to be more attractive to people and make sure that if it lands in front, somebody's scrolling and there's your video, it needs to be a title and a thumbnail that makes sense to them.
Yeah. All right, so it's one strike, but that's okay. One strike isn't the worst thing in the world. You still have more chances to do this again, so let's pull up the wheel, and we'll spin the wheel again, and we'll see what we're going to look at next.
Alex says, all right, I'll fix that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what type of content you actually make, so I can't give you any ideas off the top of my head. Maybe we'll get to that in another spin. We'll see.
Maybe. Okay, featured link in the description. Dee, you want to tell people here in the replay what we mean by featured link in the description and why that's important?
Absolutely. I just put an image up on the screen showing you what a featured link in your description should look like. Actually, did I put the right one in here? Yeah, link in the description. Featured link should be an intentional link, depending on what your goal is for the particular video. If your goal is to get more views, then it's probably a good idea to link out to a relevant video or relevant playlist for the viewer to watch next. If your goal is to make money, that might be a great place to put an affiliate link or drive people into your sales funnel or to your email list. But what we're looking for here is an intentional link in your description.
And I'm going to go with them. I've recycled this this video page from the most popular. I'm going to try to find something that drove a decent amount of views. That isn't too old. This looks like I'm seeing some from 10 months ago. Is that whoop, I got to be careful with the music here. Let me try. This is only a short, so I'm not necessarily going to see it there. Something that's a little longer than a minute. Let me mute this just so I don't end up pulling up. So let me try this, and I'm going to scroll down. And I'm not seeing any sort of, I'm seeing a pinned comment. I'm not seeing anything as a link in the description, at least above that show more. One of the things Dee and I talk about is if you're going to use a featured link, don't make people, when you're from this desktop view, can you see I'm looking at the video, but then when I scroll down, I have to, the description gets truncated and I have to click show more to see what else might be in the description. So if you're going to feature a link, one smart move is to keep it above that show more, what we call above the fold. So it'll be visible, right, to people like we have it here in the example, above the show more. And don't be afraid to use things like emojis, like Dee did here. A single hand pointing towards it really helps it pop out. But let me click the show more, and as I scroll down, I'm seeing, let me use a different feature to scroll in here. Let me go this way. And it says, read SODAR expiration date here. And it looks like there's a link to a story that takes you off site. I don't know. Your judgment call on this one, Dee?
I don't know what that is. So he might own that, or she may own that website.
Yeah, maybe.
So I would say maybe on this, because I don't know what's going to happen when I click that link. So I would say if you are intentionally, right, think this through. If you are intentionally trying to drive traffic from your YouTube video to that link, if that is the purpose of that video, then I would say, well done. But if you're just putting a random link in there while trying to get more views, then I would say it's a fail. So I'm going to say let them slide on this one. Spin that wheel again. Okay,
you got a link. Think about maybe finding a better link that really keeps them on platform is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, cool.
I'm feeling generous today. That's
very
what
generous.
I'm trying to say.
Well, we came in a little late, so you can be generous. Let's spin this wheel.
Right. That's right.
I was busy fixing my hair.
There you go. Hey, Doug, how you doing, man?
Clear value proposition. This is an important one. Dee, can you explain what we mean by clear value proposition?
I can. If you give me 1 second, I've got a nifty little graphic to pull up. There it is. Your value proposition. Your value proposition should clearly answer these 3 questions. Number 1, what is your channel about? Number 2, who your target audience is. And number 3, why they should watch your video. And this should be clear to the viewer at a glance. When they land on your channel, they should know without having to figure out what your channel is about, those 3 things.
Well said. All right, so let's do this. Let's go back to his channel and let's take a quick peek right from the homepage and see if it jumps out at us. And let's do it this way. We've got a wonderful audience here that can help us decide these things. You guys, take a look at, I'm going to put this up here. Take a look at this channel and thumbs up or thumbs down. You guys in the chat, let the lions decide. Do you think that you understand quickly what this channel's about, what the value proposition based on things you're seeing, like the channel art, the name of the channel, some of the playlist descriptions, maybe some of the thumbnails? Is it very clear right when you land here what to expect from this channel? Thumbs up, yes. Thumbs down, no.
We've got a thumbs up. We got a thumbs down. We got a not really. We got a thumbs down. Don't understand. Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Somebody lands on your channel. And, it could be something you see in your channel art. It could just be everything together. It could be, your channel art, your channel name, what your videos are about, your playlist. It can be all of these things combined that immediately tell the viewer what your channel's about. Doug says it's unclear. Doug called it. We got a lot of thumbs down on this, and Doug called it by unclear. So we are going to strike.
And unfortunately, it's best 2 out of 3 here in the opening round. So that we're going to move on to the next to the chat again and pick someone from the chat. Alex, yeah, think about trying to make it really easy for the viewer to understand. One thing that threw me off from the outside looking in, it looked like it says Alex the Gamer Boy, right? You have first of all, you have a channel name that has no spaces, so grammatically it's a little weird. I don't always hate that. I know that gamers use their tags sometime from another platform. I get that. But then I go, okay, so it's a gamer guy, right? The gamer boy. And then I see Thomas the Tank Engine, what looks to be, it doesn't look like gaming. It looks more like the animated series or something. So I'm like all thrown off exactly what it is that's going on in here. Maybe it is a game, but I'm having a little trouble seeing, not only figuring out exactly what the content's about, but then why I would want to watch. Just saying, hey, why would you, like, tell me why I'd like to watch your channel. What's it about? And you say, Alex the Gamer Boy. I go, okay, it's like telling me the name of a restaurant, but not giving me a reason to go there or telling me what they serve or when they're open or any good information about it. Think about digging a little bit deeper.
Mike's Restaurant.
Mike's Restaurant.
Where'd you go eat? Mike's Restaurant.
How was it? Mike's Restaurant. What did you have? Mike's Restaurant.
Yeah, what'd you have? Food? I had food. What kind of food? Food.
Food from Mike's Restaurant.
Yeah, food from Mike's Restaurant. All right, you ready to spin it? We have 50 entries.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. And Alex, the Gamer Boy, you can keep playing, keep putting those words in there.
Game Life 44. We're all about games today.
Yep. Game Life 44, you are up. I wonder how many gamers do we have today? If you're a gamer, type in the word gamer into the chat right now. I'm curious how many gamers are in here. I'm also curious how many gamers use StreamYard.
Yeah, that's a good question, too.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I'm actually not sure if people are using StreamYard much to game. Oh, we do.
Sweet. Gamer. Yeah, we got some gamer. All right. Like the channel art going on up here. I'll tell you that right off the bat. The channel art looks really great.
Right away, even if they didn't have Game Life in the channel art, I would know it's a gaming channel. Right out of the gate.
Yeah, right. I get it. Like, it's got characters. It's very well framed. Mobile gaming source. I kind of dig I like it. I get it. I've got that vibe right off the bat, in the channel art. Really well done. But we're not allowed to say anything, right? Let's see what the wheel tells us we're going to look at. So spin the wheel. Would it be funny if it came up channel art or something like that?
I hope it does. At a glance, it looks good.
All right, optimized playlists. A little different take here. Now, Dee, can you explain to people what we mean by optimized playlists and why they might be important to growing your YouTube channel?
I can, and I'm looking for an image here. There it is. We're talking about an optimized playlist. We want you to think about your playlist the same way that you would think about videos. A lot of people think playlists, they just quickly put a playlist together, they quickly put a title up, and sometimes no description at all, and they just throw it together. What we want you to do when we're talking about optimized playlist is think of it the same way when it comes to your title, the way you would put a video title together. You're trying to craft a title that would be attractive to your target audience. So that's what we're looking for here. We're not looking for something that says recipes. We're looking for something that might say quick and delicious chicken dinner recipes, something very specific that would speak to your target audience.
Absolutely. And here I'm on the homepage. There are only 2 featured sections. There are 2 playlist sections, and the playlists that he has up here are videos and popular videos. So what you're featuring on your homepage, not that those are necessarily your only playlists, I would tell you if you do have playlists, we'll look a little deeper. Get them here. That's the point. This is your storefront. This is where people are going to land, and they're going to make decisions about you, your content, your channel, whether they want to subscribe, whether they want to stay subscribed. Things like that are really important. So consider that. Let's go over to your playlist area, and let's check out what you got for playlists. And what I'm seeing here is LumaFusion edits COD. COD. I don't know what that means.
Come on, man. Get it together, Daniel. Call of Duty, man. Come on.
Call of Duty. COD. Cash on delivery. DaVinci Resolve montages. Call of Duty M, that must be mobile, submachine builds. Call of Duty mobile assault rifle builds. I think some of them aren't awful. I think I kind of get what they are. The only problem I have here, and this is my 2 cents, is I think one of the things that you want to watch out when making a playlist title. When you build a playlist, ask yourself, would I use that as a video title? Would you make a video and title the video CODM Submachine Builds? And a lot of times what people will say is when I ask them that, they go, well, no, that's kind of generic. It's not very specific or compelling. You got to remember that playlists can show up in search in their entirety. Playlists can be served in their entirety on places like Browse to people who are interested in your content. So don't just put things in a box. I think sometimes we take all of our content, we stick it in a box like we're moving. Like when you're moving, you grab all like the dishes from the Good China, you put it in a box and you put a piece of duct tape on it and you go, Good China. And it's just to let you know what's in the box. And that's not the way that we want to build playlists. Don't just stick all your videos in a box and go, oh, that's my assault rifle builds. Make sure you make a compelling title, just like you would with your video. So I don't think they're bad. I just don't know if they're optimized playlists.
I'm going to say this. They're trying to build an optimized playlist. They just don't know how.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm going to give them, again, I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to call it. So I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to give it to him, but I would love to see you re-optimize those and make them better the same way you would address a video. How are they titling their videos?
The titles here, they're really titled for search. I can see they're very search specific. When I'm looking down here, it's like Call of Duty Mobile, Epic, vertical bar, QXR Sandpike, vertical bar, best loadout, no recoil. One of the things I would be careful of too with that when you're doing even gaming or anything, build for your target audience. Optimize for your target audience. Yes, it's nice to have keywords in there. Yes, if it's about Call of Duty, it's probably interesting to have the word Call of Duty in there or CODM or COD. I get it. But make sure you're optimizing for the viewer. Don't just keep sticking in keyword, vertical bar, keyword, hoping you'll get discovered in search. The vast majority of views every single day, over 70%, do not come from search. They come from YouTube understanding who to serve your content to, and those people clicking in recommendation. So really think about some of the titles in here too. But overall, you're going to give them the playlist. You thought playlists were good?
Yeah. Well, I think they were good enough, A, for effort.
Okay. So we call that one win. Let's go back to the wheel and see what we're going to look at next.
Yeah.
But that's an area I probably would work on. And I would also make sure when you make playlists that you put descriptions in your playlist like Dee showed you. There's a spot, just like in your video, put a quick description so when you have a title, you can elaborate a little bit and compel that viewer to want to watch. Build for the person who might be interested.
Yeah, let me put this image up on the screen one more time. And by the way, if you're confused about how to make take a picture of this. Take a picture with your phone, take a screenshot so you can come back and review it later. And also this live stream will be up for a replay later on if you want to, it's 21 minutes in, 22 minutes in. So if you want to come back and look at it, you can do it then.
Yeah, I'm getting a little slack back. I'm hearing something somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where. We'll see. Anyway,
you're fine on my end.
A little slap back here, a little noise in the background. I don't know. Maybe that's the FBI finally trying to kind of crack down on us.
It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time.
Let's see what we're going to look at next.
Yeah. I had no choice, man. I gave you up in Mexico. I'm going to come clean right now. They had me up against the wall, and I had no choice.
Tell us who the real mastermind is. It's definitely Daniel. That's the guy you want. The guy with the wheel. All right.
So we just pulled up featured video.
Content.
Featured content.
Yep.
This is what featured videos look like. Featured content. It's the large video that you can see when somebody lands on your homepage. And the cool thing about this, your channel page rather, the cool thing about this is you can put 2 different videos here depending on how people come to your channel. If they are unsubscribed to your channel, you could go through your data and find the video that has the highest conversion rate for subscribers, and you could put that there because that's going to be more likely to turn someone into a subscriber. If they're an existing subscriber, this would be a great place to put your latest video, right? Think about what would the viewer want. They might come here and look to see what's going on with your channel and what's new. That'd be a great place to put your latest video. But you could also do things here like if you have one particular video, it could be a sponsored video, or maybe it's a video that drives a lot of ad revenue or makes a lot of money in affiliate sales. You can put that video there too. The key thing is that you make an intentional featured piece of content and put it there. Everything is about being intentional.
Yeah, I totally hear you. Let me just turn some things off here, move things around. One of the things I want to point out right here, as we're talking about featured content, there's a graphic I gave you, Dee, that showed something that was kind of interesting.
Yep.
There is, I think people forget, go to that other one that I gave you. When we talk about optimizing this homepage and making sure you put content here, this is actually from my own data, and it's very common from the thousands of channels I've worked with. I see this all the time. The highest point of churn, meaning where people will choose to unsubscribe, is not from YouTube's getting rid of bot channels or spam channels and doing their purges. It's not from the watch page of your video, someone watching a video and going, nah, I'm going to unsubscribe, I don't like it. It's actually from your YouTube channel pages, typically the most frequented one being your homepage. It's the highest point of subscribers lost, usually for every channel I've worked with, and I've worked with thousands. So understanding how to build a really well optimized channel homepage can be the difference of mitigating some of that churn. If you know that's where most people are going to go, I'm out, then you want to go, hey, wait a minute. Let me make sure I've got this looking great. Let me make sure I have featured content. If you're already subscribed, my newest video right there. They don't come to your homepage and see a bunch of stuff that says videos, popular videos, videos from 3 years ago. You want to do things to make sure that you might, when they click and they come over to do that final, let me unsubscribe, they might stop and go, oh, wait a minute, they got a brand new video here that looks, actually, I'm interested in that. And they might choose to watch the video instead of leaving. So one of those things that you should understand, those points of churn, homepage, super important.
Hey, Daniel, are you able to do this on your end right now? We have a great question. I don't know about what you're able to show on your end, but the question is, can you show us how to find the best video to put in that spot? Yeah, and there's a couple different ways to think. You can think about in terms of the best video for watch time, the best videos for subscriber conversion, the best video for ad revenue, right? So you have to think about what your own reason is for choosing the best video.
Yeah, so let me give you an example here. Let me just dive into some analytics on my own channel really quickly here. I'll go into YouTube Studio. Let's go down to the analytics tab. And let's change the date range to like 90 days, right? And from 90 days in the upper right, you'll see you're now in your analytics.
Let me remove this bar so they can see it a little bit easier. Okay, go ahead.
So you're looking at the 90-day analytics, right? So all I did was I came into YouTube Studio. On the left, I just scrolled down to analytics. And once I clicked on that tab in the upper right, you're going to see this advanced mode. And when you see that advanced mode, go ahead and click on that. And that's going to give you much deeper analysis of the different videos that are performing. Right now, I've got it set for last 90 days. That's the time frame I'm using. And one of the things you're going to see is you're going to see all of these videos in order starting to get listed down below here for these different metrics. It defaults to this right here, views, because that's the first column. But as you scroll across, it does views, watch time, subscriber, estimated revenue. You can even use that little blue plus there to add different metrics depending on what is important to you. So if you're interested, let's say I want to find a video that I can put there for new visitors that might get people to subscribe. Well, that's really easy. You go to the subscribe column, hover over it, and if you see right here, my mouse turns into a little hand, click on subscribers, and it'll reshuffle these in order by the most amount of subscribers in that time period. So for me, if I was thinking about something to put here and I want to find a high converting video, I would go, that one's pretty good. It's gotten me almost 1,800 views, subscribers in the last 90 days. Maybe that's the right one that I should feature here for people who haven't committed and pulled the trigger. I could choose that one. But I could also do that for revenue. Maybe there's a video that I want that I know makes more revenue and I want them to see that because maybe I'll make a little more money. All these different things you can think about. I personally think conversion, the one that has the highest chance of getting a new subscriber, go right here and use that. And then I would probably say if you were going for someone who is an existing subscriber, give them the newest piece of content. That's a great place to get a little more velocity.
Yeah, and there's another thing you can do too. If you are trying to get monetized, you can look for the video that has the most watch time because that's a metric that they give us too. So you can take that, hey, this video has the most watch time by far. I'm sticking that up there to try to get people to watch that, to try to get to the point where you can hit monetization faster. Because I think the subscribers, depends on your niche really, but I think in my experience, subscribers are a little bit easier to get than the watch time if you're making shorter videos. If you're making longer videos, it's not that big of a deal, but shorter videos can be a lot tougher to reach that 4,000 hours of watch time.
I think the big lesson right there, what Dee was saying is, think about your goals. What's the goal? Yeah. Understand the goal, and then find the video to feature there that might most accurately and quickly help you achieve that goal.
Yeah. Absolutely. And by the way, if you just learned something right there, if that was news to you, if you didn't know that you could do that, go underneath the live stream right now and just give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up so we can see at the end of this live stream how many people actually learned something. Much appreciated. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
So we were looking at what was the I forgot what did we say we were looking at? Oh,
But that
featured
was
content.
great.
Featured
that was
content
great
on his
information.
homepage. When we go to the homepage, in fact, he does have featured content right here. He's chosen something for the person who's not subscribed. This one, the ASM 10 montage best gunsmith Call of Duty mobile. Perfect.
Love it. Love it.
Nice. So well done. A long way, a lot of talking for us to get to the point to say you got it right.
Yeah. We got there, though.
We got there. We got around the bend a couple of times.
We kept pushing and we got there.
Went around the side, came in through the back door, maybe stopped at the, dunked in the pool for a minute, started up the barbecue, came in.
But we got there, man.
We got there.
Here we are. Yeah. Kind of like starting the stream today.
Everything's just taking a little longer to get there. Oh,
Oh,
no!
no. Oh, no.
You know, the guy comes out with great channel art. He comes out with featured content. He's nailing it. And then he gets kicked off. Well, we're sorry to see that. But here's the great thing. Your channel looks really good in a lot of ways, so keep working on those things that we've been talking about throughout this whole show. Stay around, keep playing. You can get pulled right back up. I love it when one of the contestants get pulled up a second time, and it's like, we've had people in the final wheel double spins because they won twice, send them to the end. It's like, it's a lot of fun. So stick around, keep playing, and we'll pull someone else from the chat. Make sure you've typed YouTube as you see it on screen right now into the chat.
YouTube.
And do us a favor. We had a slow start today. If you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to share this out. Drop it on, drop it on Twitter. Share it out wherever you're at. Facebook. Drop it on your own community tab post. Let people know that we're here playing this game. Your response is what allows us to keep doing this here on the Streamyard channel. Then a heck of a lot of tolerance from the people.
I keep waiting for the email. Like month after month, where it's like, hey, like a group, they group us into an email, and it's like, hey, Dee and Daniel.
Yeah,
and it'd be
compliment
really
sandwich. We just want to say how much we love you. Compliment but
right. Everyone here at StreamYard really appreciates the work that you put into your game show. However,
you can feel the butt coming.
yeah. However, the audience just isn't responding to what you're doing. We think it's in everyone's best interest. Yeah. All right, Geraldo, you ready?
Let's do it.
We don't want to give StreamYard any ideas.
Moon over Miami. Let me find that channel.
StreamYard says we won't send it via email. We'll send it via carrier pigeon.
Right. Who will also poop on your head when he delivers the message.
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't send it by a duck, that's fine.
There you go. Carrier duck.
Yeah, carrier duck. Carrier mallard.
Over Miami. I have to filter by channel because that's that's a famous movie. And I'm looking for, it's the spider one, isn't it? Yeah, I think that was the one. Moon over Miami. Okay, lots of boats, lots of sailboats.
Oh, is that really a spider?
That's what it, hold on, I think so. Let me do the super zoom. That sure looks like, it looks like one of those.
Oh my God.
Looks like one of those jumping spiders. Little one.
Oh, that's,
yeah,
so,
I think they're kind of cute.
Okay, you drive a motorcycle, so you know what I'm going to talk about. I drive, for those of you who don't know, I live in Asia. He lives in the U.S., but he drives a Harley, and I drive, because I'm in Asia, I drive a little scooter, like a moped, right? And Daniel, I know you've had spiders on your bike before, and I know you've been driving, and you've seen those little spiders come out. Like you're riding, and you see the spider come crawling out, right? How many times does that happen?
Oh, yeah, all the time. That's the rule of the road is, keep your mouth shut, because unless you plan on, not eating it for lunch, keep your mouth shut. Yeah. My worst one, whatever happened to me, was riding with like a shirt, collared shirt, a jacket. It was open a little bit. And I thought it was like a road rock that hit me square in the chest. And it was like, bam. I was like, wow, that hit me really hard. I could like someone walking up and poking you in the chest as hard as they could. Oh. And about 2 hours later, I'm back home and I'm in my house, and all of a sudden I get this wicked pain in my side. I'm like, what the heck? Like really, really painful. And I pull up my shirt, and it's a yellow jacket. It hit me in the chest, stunned himself, fell into my shirt. 2 hours later, woke up and went, hey, where am I? And started stinging me inside like my belly and my ribs. Wow. I was like, mother, you son of a... Yeah, it was no fun. So better than a... spiders aren't quite as bad as a yellow jacket.
Yeah, well, spiders just freak me out. And it's always the little jumpy ones, too. So you see him crawl up, and you're like, I know he's just going to jump on me. My worst thing to hit me while I was driving, I was late night. And you know how it is. You go like on a back street. It's kind of wide open. You kind of recklessly, speed up a little bit. And I was cruising, and I saw it coming because it was like, we had the street lights. And you know how bats come down, and they're all like sporadic? I saw a bat come down, and I thought, oh, no. It hit me right in my neck. He hit me right... It felt like someone clotheslined me, right, like a karate chop to the throat. I freaked out. I was like, "Oh my god!" I pulled over and I thought maybe he bit me. I didn't know.
Was it the Dark Knight? Was he trying to take you? Trying to take you
Bane.
out?
Yeah. All right, we're getting sidetracked.
We are really sidetracked. That happens every now and then. All right, so let me. What am I looking at here? Let me pull up the wheel and spin and figure it out. Bats and bees. That's what you heard. You learned about the bats and bees here on the Channel Review Live show.
You never know what you're going to learn.
Oh, God, we get some chat's choice? Stay there. All right, chat's choice. This is where we give it to you, the lions out there in the chat. You guys, take a look at what's here that's on the screen in this wheel. You can pick something that we've talked about before to go. There's something that's been eliminated from the screen. But anything here on the wheel, any one of these, you shout it out what you'd like us to do. You could pick one of the things like cards, clear channel name. You could do pinned comment, clear thumbnails. Or you could advance that person. You could give them free merch. You could give them another free spin. You tell us what you'd like to do.
Yep. What's it going to be? Go ahead and type it in the chat right now.
Now, here's where we have to remember what your word is. Because whatever you put up for the word and the giveaway tool, sometimes we get confused.
We're not going to do that. In screen. We got a lot of people dropping in screens. Let's check out in screens.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's powerful.
Yeah, there you go. Getting right on it. Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the videos tab. I'm going to see if I can find something. This may be all shorts, but I'm going to see if I can find something longer. Here's one from 2 weeks ago that's got almost a couple hundred views, did pretty well for their channel. So, oh my gosh, cover your eyes, D. Cover your eyes.
Oh, come on.
There he is.
What
Lucas,
look at it.
Look at the spider. That's Lucas the spider staring right at you, pal.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's scroll to the end and let's see if they're using any end screens as this video ends to see if they're pushing towards more content. No end screens. Oh, man. Listen, end screens are really important. One of the things I want to talk to people about here, you tell them. When someone is watching your video, right? Watching like I'm doing right now, I am on this, no spiders. That's your word to type in the chat. When someone's watching your video from the watch page, guess what YouTube is doing? They're going to start loading that person right next to your video with all kinds of recommendations that may not be your channel. Things that are based on, not even things that are similar to your channel, things that are based on the interests of that viewer and what YouTube knows about the viewing audience and the kind of habits they've had. So you're going to start seeing things. I love this that they're starting to recommend shorts next to long form content. That is awesome.
Man,
but
I just watched that Keith Richards short.
Isn't that cool? I did too.
Just tonight. I watched it tonight. Yeah.
So what you're seeing here is you're seeing some of this stuff that might be one of their shorts, the jumping spider one, but you're seeing all of these other videos are going to be in the up next. This is what YouTube's doing, pushing towards other content. You want to make sure you use things like cards, end screens, link in the description above the fold, and links in the pinned comment so that you can combat some of this other stuff. YouTube is going to try their hardest to get people watching and keep them watching. Your goal is to keep them watching your content. So that's a miss right there. So that's only one miss? That's only one miss.
Yep. Only one miss.
So one strike, that's not too bad. Let's go again. You're still in the game. Let's hope for something better. Yep. Good recommendation from the good recommendation. Spiders. No more spiders. Come on, man.
There's no more spiders.
It's cute spiders.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Cards. D, can you please tell people what we mean by cards, why they're important to growing a YouTube channel?
Absolutely. Everything Daniel just said about an end screen also applies to cards. And if you don't know what a card is, it shows up in the top right-hand corner if there is a card, and it's another opportunity to lead the viewer into another piece of content. Again, like you said, YouTube doesn't care if they're watching your content or someone else's content as long as they stay on the platform. So you need to use all of these tools that we have available to keep them watching your content, your videos.
Let me do this. I'm going to Jumping Spider Life. I don't think this was the same one.
I just want to take a flamethrower and just go through that channel.
You want to call pest control? This is probably their pet, and you're insulting that pet, so knock it off,
I don't
D.
care.
So
I
if there
don't
was,
care.
if there were to
Cancel
be...
I don't care. Not on the... I have lines that I draw, and this is one of them. I don't care.
Spiders.
Yeah.
If there were a card, there would be a little white circle right here in the upper right of this video as I'm on the watch page. So I'm not seeing one here. Let me do, because I want to try to give you every chance in the world to do the right thing. Let me try a different video here. Here's one that's 108 die-cast cars. I'll pull that open, and if there were one, there would be a little white circle. So unfortunately, I'm not seeing one here. That's going to be a strike for you. That's 2 strikes. So listen, those are some of the things you can think about. I want to take a quick second here. Give the people that word to type into chat. Make sure that they have that so we can pick a new contestant.
Gladly. Gladly.
You got it, no spiders. The reason we push so hard for people to use these cards, use these end screens, use like pinned comments pushing towards another video, link in the description pushing towards another video, is not for the individual value of each one. It's not like, well, how many clicks are you going to get on a card, or how many views you're going to get from an end screen, or how many views you're going to get from a link in the description. What we're thinking about here is every time someone's watching your video, the only thing that YouTube is thinking about in that moment is, what can I serve this viewer to keep them watching, right? The minute they click away from this, we want to keep them on platform. So you're trying to keep them watching your content. And if you can use cards and end screens and link in the description and pin comment and use them together, you can start getting YouTube to recommend your content, because YouTube is going to look at, one of the things they look at when someone's watching your video for the first time and they're thinking about what to put on that sidebar suggested, one of the things they think about is not only the interest of that viewer in that moment, but they look at what previous viewers may have gone on to watch next, and they'll consider putting that in the sidebar or in the video up next. So if you get enough people to start clicking these things, you can actually change the way that YouTube recommends content. So really be proactive on those things.
And I think that's the image that I should have been showing there.
Yeah. Well, that's
Right,
just one of the things that we say. We say, try to, when you think about a card, a description, and the, in the link in the description, if you think about a pinned comment and an end screen, think about maybe putting the same video there, because if you get enough people all doing the same move and going to the same video, then that YouTube right there will go, I'm taking that data from what other people did, and I'm going to utilize that when I go to make my own recommendation to new people who haven't done anything, new groups of people who are just seeing that for the first time. Absolutely, that's what happens. And that's an area where we can really influence our own growth. Some people go like, well, how do I get YouTube to recommend more of my content? Well, an easy way is you start recommending it first and get people to click. Higher chance of YouTube doing the very same thing.
Love it.
No spiders. We ready to spin this thing?
Let's spin it. Let's go, Geraldo.
You ever eaten a spider before? I ate a tarantula before.
I ate a tarantula too in Cambodia. They fry them on the side of the road.
Oh, really? I had our good friend Christopher Mast from Legion of Weirdos sent me like the packaged one. They just dried. Just like sent just like eat it. And I'm like,
man, we know we were all
you flavor them up.
Man, they had them like there on the side of the road, like this big pile of like black charred, freshly cooked tarantula. And so I was with my friend while you're pulling him up. So I was with my friend who's a foodie, and he would eat anything. I was like, I'll eat the legs, but I'm not biting into that body. So the legs were actually quite good.
Oh, really?
He ate the body, and whatever was inside like wasn't fully cooked, and it just kind of like exploded. Like it was terrible. But the legs were actually quite good. It's like chicken legs a little bit.
Tastes like chicken. Is that it? Everything tastes like chicken?
Yeah.
Hey, you're a leg man. Yeah. All right, so here's the channel, Raul Reynolds Drawing. I love Raul Reynolds. He was great in Deadpool. And I can see that this looks to be a drawing channel, but I'm going to pull up the wheel and let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at here, Raul.
Hey, Renee. How you doing, man?
So Renee Ritchie out there, the YouTube liaison. Good to see you, my friend. The liaison. Pinned comment. So we've already talked about these other factors, a card, an end screen, a link in the description above the fold. The fourth piece of this puzzle is that pinned comment. In any one of your videos on the watch page, you can go and you can leave a comment yourself, and you as the creator have the capability to pin that comment so that no matter how many other comments come in, your comment stays at the top. It's a great spot to start pushing people towards another piece of content. So if they were sitting there right in that blank space where it says add a comment, they'd be right below them would be your recommendation for another piece of content. So they may have just watched your video, they scroll down, they want to go, okay, I'm gonna add a comment. You've got a link above them above the show more in the description, and then you've got another one below them in the pinned comment. You've got them sandwiched with recommendation, pushing them towards another video. And we always say, try to get it to be the same video, because if we can get all those people, whatever the action they take, clicking a card, clicking a description and a link in the description, a pinned comment or an end screen, if we can get them all to send the same traffic signal back to YouTube, that can help YouTube start recommending our content more. This is a great graphic I pulled out of my analytics a few weeks back. It was a 48-hour period. And if you look here, the very first video in the upper left that got a little over 40,000 views in 2 days. If you look at it, the #1 traffic source is browse. So YouTube was taking that strong video and it was pushing it out. And I had that as a very strong video. And in that video, I had these all in a playlist together. That top video that was getting the 41,000 views, that was the #1 video in my playlist. But I had other videos that related to it. And the #2 video, what I did is I grabbed the share link and I went to that #1 video and I put it in the card. I put the same video on the end screen, same video in the link in the description above the fold, and the same video in the pinned comment. And guess what happened? When that first video started doing well, people started watching the next one, and YouTube picked up on that, and it started doing that second one that's 7,336 views in 48 hours. Look at the view pattern. It's identical to the view pattern of the other ones. They all look, Dee says it looks like a guy lying on his back with really big feet, but that's what it is, the view pattern. Once one video starts taking off, we treat it like a train. All these other videos in your playlist that each push to the next one. If one starts going, the other ones start getting pulled behind because you get viewers to click on that next video. YouTube sees that and they start recommending it. So this is the idea, exactly what Renee says here, right? Renee Ritchie is the YouTube liaison, who is the guy who actually helps, explains all this stuff to the creators out there and lets us know what's going on in YouTube, changes, and helps with problems when they come down and lets us know exactly how the platform works. And he'll tell you all day long, the algorithm follows the audience. So if I direct the audience this specific way, right? Push your audience, and if you get enough traffic signals, YouTube is going to follow the audience, not the other way around. It's don't wait for YouTube to recommend content so that you'll get views. YouTube is always recommending content. What you want to do is push them in a specific direction, get them watching more of your content, and if you do it right, then YouTube will go, aha, we're going to start recommending this next video when people are watching your first one. And you can really take not just one video doing well, you can turn that into a whole train of videos that start performing really well, getting pulled by the momentum of the earlier ones.
Yeah, and how Renee says here, I'm going to put this back up, is the algorithm follows the audience. And something to keep in mind if you're ever in a situation, and I see this so many times, I see it on Reddit, I see it on Twitter, I see it on Facebook, people say, what does the algorithm want? Change the word algorithm for audience. What does my audience want? As soon as you change algorithm and you put audience in there, what does my audience want? Then you can start to understand how things are going to actually succeed or fail on the platform, right? If you're making videos, what your audience is interested in and what they truly want, you're going to succeed.
100%.
Algorithm is it is the audience. It follows the audience. It is the audience.
Well, that's, it's one of those things. It's one of those little slight misnomers that's gone on for a long time. There's a lot of creators who believe there is an algorithm. There is like one mathematical equation that decides everything. The truth of the matter is that there's an AI, which is basically like a lighter version of Google Brain. And there's all these different systems that they've got going on at any given time. There's systems for search. There's systems for browse. There's systems for suggested. And all of those systems have subsystems and have sub-algorithms that all are working together. So you can have videos that do well in search that may not do so well in suggested. There isn't just one thing. So you really want to think about the content, and don't think about just trying to optimize for a machine somehow that will magically recommend your content. Recommend for the viewer. Recommend for the very type of viewer you're trying to reach, and build in a way that gets them watching and keeps them watching. And then all of that YouTube systems and AI will start following suit if you can send back positive traffic signals, because that's what YouTube is paying attention to. Viewer behavior, Traffic signals. That's where it lives.
Love it.
What are we doing now?
I don't know. We went off on a tangent
again. Okay, so we didn't look. I think we had. Did we have pinned comment? Yeah, we had pinned comment.
Yeah, we did.
Did we look if there was a pinned comment? I don't even know if we looked. So let me bring it back to a video. Pinned comment. I'm going to go to, let's see, this one's 8:58. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to take a look. There is no pinned comment here. This is a missed opportunity. Make sure you pin a comment here, all right? So unfortunately, it's the first strike. But one of the things I would do is absolutely make the effort to pin a comment that pushes people towards more of your content. Easy win. Or towards something that makes sense to you. Maybe you've got a course out there. Maybe you've got an affiliate link and you're trying to make some money. Any one of those things. Don't leave that blank. Try to take advantage of it.
All right.
Let's go back to the wheel and see what we're going to look at next. If I can find the wheel. Who stole the wheel? Geraldo. That guy. Clear channel name. D, this is one of those ones we talk about a lot. When we talk about clear channel name, explain what we kind of mean here and maybe an example of what a poor channel name might be.
Do we have a graphic for that? Did we make a graphic for poor or for bad channel name? I'm looking through the graphic.
I don't know. I don't know if we did.
I don't think we did. We should make one, though, just to have some examples. All right, a clear channel name is a channel name that's easy to remember. It's easy to tell people. It's easy to spell. It's not too clever. And the thing that I like to tell everyone is, that, eventually on your journey, you're going to be invited onto someone's podcast, and it's going to be audio only. And they're going to say, can you tell us where our audience can find you? And you're going to have to tell them very clearly, without a bunch of stumbling, and how they can find your channel. You don't want to say, oh, but the O's are actually zeros and there's an underscore here, and then the S is actually a Z and the E is a 3. You don't want to do that. You want to make things very simple for the user to actually, for people to find you.
And there are situations we've seen where there are people who have channel names that were based on gamer tags or things like that. Yeah. And I get that sometimes that makes sense. But in general, if you're going to choose a channel name, make it easy. Make it easy for them to understand, remember, and quickly find, so that if, like Dee said, if someone recommends and said, hey, have you ever seen, I saw a great video from YouTube creator the other day. Yeah? Who was it? Oh, it was this, I don't know, it was like at channel Z44_. That makes it hard for them to understand and be able to recommend your content. Just because make it for the viewer, build for the viewer. So let's take a look at the channel name on this one, and I think we're automatically going to get a win here because the name of the channel is Raul.
Hang on 1 second, man.
What?
Yeah, go ahead and cover this. Right, hold on.
The name of this channel is Raul Reynolds Drawing. I love this right off the bat. One, I like that in the channel art, you've got art is life, and there's some drawing up there. I like that you've got an easily identified channel avatar icon right here. When I look at that, that big eye sticks right out at me. It's like, cool. And then the name, nice and simple, Raul Reynolds Drawing. I know who this person is, and you added your name and the word drawing. So I'm like, oh, I guess he does animation and drawing of some kind here. Or maybe it's just drawing. I'm seeing, yeah. I get it. It makes a lot of sense. It's easy for me to understand exactly what this channel might be about, and I can remember that channel name. So well done, my friend. You okay over there, Dee? Did FedEx just show up?
Playing the game. No, this is actually quite funny. I'm sitting here playing, and my screen just dimmed down maybe like 40%. I'm like, what is going on? And a little thing popped up. This is battery critical low. I forgot to plug I was moving some cables around, and I forgot to plug my laptop back
Whoops.
in.
I thought maybe you had to go rescue your brother from a trapped elevator or something like that.
No.
Hang on. I hear my brother banging.
Hang on.
All right, so that's a win. Is that 2? Did we get 2 here, or did we get 1 and 1? Megan?
1 and 1 from what I saw.
1 on 1. All right, so we got 1 more. Back to the wheel. Let's get that wheel up here.
Yeah, let's go.
We're
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Let's go.
Don't skin it unless we've got all the batteries in place.
That's right. That's funny.
Oh, I thought we were going to get the winner's choice there. So free spin. So no matter if you happen to miss on this one, you're going to get 1 extra spin and you'll get another shot at it. So let's spin it 1 more time. Mark that up there. I need a little like marker that goes up and goes ding. Free spin on up in the corner. Consistent uploads. Now, this is one we've talked about a lot, Dee. What do we mean by consistent uploads? Why is it important to YouTube, and why is it important to help creators actually grow their channels more effectively?
You know, we're talking about consistent uploads. We're looking for some sort of a pattern of uploading, right? It's not necessarily you have to upload every Monday or you have to do at a certain time. Just some sort of a pattern. You know, we look at larger channels like Mark Rober, for example. He uploads like once a month. And that's fine for his channel. It works for his channel, and he knocks them out of the park. But some people need to upload a lot more. So we're just looking for some sort of consistency. And again, I don't even know why you asked me about this, because you're the one who should be answering about upload consistency. I feel like I fail by default on this one.
I just think it's fun to watch you squirm every time I ask you.
Yeah. Every time you ask me, you start to talk about it, and I think, please don't ask me. I'm not qualified. I've lost my license to be able to talk about consistent uploads.
Let me show you an example of a channel that's not uploading consistently. Mr. T. Nimmin. So here I'm looking really quickly. I try to, like Dee said, I think about consistency. You don't have to necessarily think like, oh, you've got to put your video up every Monday at 7 a.m. What we think about more is like the space in between uploads. How long are you going on your channel in between dropping new, fresh content? Right. And I got to tell you, YouTube has made this harder for us from the outside looking in, because they've started to separate videos into one tab, shorts into another one. They actually, if you do live streams, we got a separate live stream. And Shorts doesn't give us immediately the date. We can't look and go, oh, it was published on this day. But I see you've got a bunch of Shorts. When I go to the Videos tab, I'm seeing, when I look at when these things were published, it was a month ago, 6 days ago. You may have been publishing Shorts in between the month and the 6 days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to you and say, it sure looks like you've got some content that you've been trying to get up there fairly frequently. So nice job. I think that's a win.
Raw Reynolds Drawing says, I upload 12 shorts daily.
Holy cow. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Raul Reynolds. Is it working for you? One of the things that I always say to creators, don't just do something to say you did it. One of the things I would look at is instead of just trying to publish by volume, try to figure out what's working and double down on what's working. Look at the most popular one. You've got a short here that drove 394,000 views. You've got a short here that drove 254,000 views. So I would be paying more attention, not just to how often. 12 a day is a lot. I think that you'd have to ask Renee, but I think the number of notifications that YouTube even allows in a single day, I wanted to say it was, Renee, if you're in the chat, can you remind me, give me clarification on this, on how many even notifications go out in a single day per upload for channel? Because I know there is a limit on it.
There's a limitation on notifications. Yeah.
So you get to the point where now you're not even, your people who might actually like them won't even get the notification. I would much rather see you take a little more time, publish fewer shorts. I think that one a day shorts target is a really, really good one. Super effective, and you can start analyzing what works and what doesn't work, because that's one of the things I'd be looking at. You've driven some serious views to some of these, and then the latest ones, I'm going, okay, 12 a day, maybe it's because they're all new. The views seem lower, but then, once I dig a bit, I'd be watching for this. I'd be paying attention to what was it about this that was 6 views, what was it about these that were 2,200 views, that were 1,400 views? There's always a reason. It could be the subject matter that you're drawing, the time of day you dropped it, knowing when your audience is around. I would be watching for things that are going on in one that seem to be connecting better. Read the comments. A lot of times comments will give it away and explain why someone's enjoying one short over another. But, hey, man, congratulations on consistency. That's a win. Yeah. Is that our first winner?
I think it is. I think that is the first. Wow. Was it the first? I thought somebody advanced.
Yeah, nope. Megan, you're live. Is that the first?
Nope, that's the first one.
All right, let's get you into the winner's circle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so we're seeing in the chat here, 3 per 24 hours. I'm just not sure. Is that for shorts as well?
That's the only question I had. I wanted to see if Renee was still around, because he would probably be able to clarify. But I know that they do limit. It might be different for shorts. I don't know, but hopefully we'll find out.
Yeah. Wow, 12 a day. That's a grind.
That's
a serious grind. And if it's not working, well, and another thing too. I know we were just kind of looking at shorts as when they were uploading there, and they didn't seem to do fine. But some shorts, man, they take weeks. Sometimes they take a month or 2 months to start getting some legs on them and start getting some growth. So I hope it works out for you. But that's a heck of a grind.
Well, one of the things is I've been doing 30-day shorts tests and doing a new short every day, giving a tip on how to use DaVinci Resolve as a video editing software. I got to tell you, it's hard. Like every one of these is original. I try to find the right tip. I'm screenshot. I'm making sure that I'm not just repurposing. It is a grind. After I got about 20 days in, I'm like still on top of all my other content. I was like, my gosh, this is harder than it seems. You'd think it's like, it's a short. How hard can it be? Hard.
Yeah.
Let me get him into the winner's circle.
Yeah, and I think there's something else to be true, too. I mean, like, keep an eye on your traffic sources. You want to make sure that your audience, you don't want to be in a situation where people are having to always choose between which piece of content they're going to watch from your channel. If you give them too much, they might stop watching. As a viewer, I mean, I get burned out on some channels sometimes. I've followed channels before, and they've uploaded too much. I'm just like, man, I'm just tired of seeing this. Stop showing me your stuff. Well, I like you, but I don't want to see you every day.
I think one of the things is that people have gotten weird tips because Shorts is a newer feature to YouTube in terms of the lifespan of YouTube. I think there's a lot of different weird advice going out there. Oh, if you want to do well in Shorts, you got to upload a whole bunch a day, and I think sometimes what it becomes is this generalized advice that isn't based on individual results. It's based on anecdotal things that maybe one person did and kind of worked. Instead of going, wait a minute, let me look at my channel. And if it's growing your channel, because I will say, look at Raul has 30,000, just over 30,000 subscribers. He's got 6,700 videos on this channel. And if it's working, then stick with it. But just be aware of what's going on. He joined on the 25th of 2020. I don't know if he's been, but he's got over 15 million views. That's obviously including Shorts views. So some things are working. If it's working, stick with it. But don't be afraid to test things out. If you start looking and you go, I uploaded 12 shorts a day, and really only a handful of them did really well, consider using that as a data point to maybe test out a different strategy where you're not trying to kill yourself to make 12 shorts a day. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay. Really, where are we at? Where's our time frame at here? Are we at a little after 1 o'clock? Let's do this. Where's he at? I don't even know where I was at that. Was that 2 wins, 1 hit?
They advanced.
All right, so we're all done with Raul. The wheel's getting thin. What do you think we should do now? Should we move on to, let's get people to type this into the chat, first of all, views. Make sure you've typed that. You think it's about time that we should maybe speed this thing up a little bit?
Yeah, speed it up, yeah.
Because
we do have a winner and get into it.
Okay, because we do have what we do is after we hit about the hour mark in here, we like to move over to sudden death, where instead of doing best 2 out of 3, it's one shot. Either you get it and you move on to the final round, because you only got 1 winner in there now, or if you miss it, we move right on to the next contestant. So this is going to move really fast. You're guys going to be doing a lot of typing in the chat. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes on the chat. Keep your eyes on the wheel. And we'll pick this thing up. So views, let me see. How many people do we have? Yeah, we ready to spin it? I can't see the...
Don't spin it yet.
I won't.
Do this.
Sudden death.
All right, look at everything's red.
There we are.
All right, so here we go. So pull up that wheel and pull up the giveaway tool, and let's see if we can. Let's spin this thing. 74 entries. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Living in DIZ.
All right.
Am I missing something there?
Round. This is like a lightning round. You got it.
Is this? Am I missing? Do you know what Diz is? Is Diz short for something?
Living in Diz. I'm going to try to guess. Living in Disneyland. Living in...
That would make sense.
With a Z. Did you find it?
Yep.
All right. How close?
I think you got it. Disney lovers.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
D, you're going to be moving on to the final round where you can win any fabulous prize from
Living in the DIZ.
Living in the DIZ.
I was thinking maybe it was like the DMZ.
The demilitarized zone, right.
And they spelled it wrong. Right? Their days are spent just running around getting shot at.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it happens.
All right. Okay, so we're going to do this. This is one other thing we're going to do here. Let me reset the wheel so you get all available slices. That's what we really want to do is make sure we go right back to the beginning.
Right.
And restore all the slices, and then we can spin it with a fresh wheel, so you have all the chances in the world to do the right thing here. Let's spin it.
Now, everyone only gets 1 chance here. 1 spin,
1 shot.
1 chance. Yeah.
You got 1 chance, 1 shot to blow. I can't sing. I
Arms,
can't rap.
weak, mom's spaghetti. Whatever it is. That's what you have.
There it is. D, host choice. You pick it.
Let's look at end screens.
End screens. Solid choice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, let's see. Let's go right to the videos tab. Let me try and find something.
While you're looking at this, I actually want to go backwards for a second and quickly address somebody's comment earlier. When you're looking at content in the short shelf, you're not going to see things like cards and end screens. So that's why we're not looking at things like shorts when we're looking for cards or looking for end screens. We're looking at the longer form videos.
We're going to clarify that. You actually can put, if your short is over 25 seconds long.
Over 25.
And it is served in and if it's served in a traffic source other than the short shelf,
right.
So many weird rules.
Talking about the short shelf, right.
In the short shelf, you're not going to see end screens and things like that. It's going to go right onto the next short. But if that short is discovered on your channel page, I think you could, or especially places like search. I have a video right now that's a short that drives about 1,000 views a day. All the traffic is from search. So things like the end screens, you can use them in there. It's harder to find those though. Let me go to the end of this video. I'm going to play. I'm hoping that an end screen shows up. And I'm not seeing, work with me, nothing.
Really?
Nothing. But there's Rick Beato.
Does Rick Beato have an end screen?
I bet you he does. Living in the zoo. No, nothing. I'm not seeing anything here.
Oh, are you kidding me? Could they possibly not be showing up? Because it looks like they should be showing up there.
I can try. Let me try a different video. I went with something.
Yeah.
What, Megan?
Somebody in the comments did say that there was an issue going on with the end screens right now.
Oh, is there? Is that true, or are you making that up? I like when people go, there's an issue right now, and I don't know if end screens aren't really working. Let me try this. Let me pull up one of my videos, and let's find out. Go to the end, and let me see. Maybe there isn't. Maybe they're right. I'm seeing an end screen in mine. They seem to be working pretty well. So I saw the end screen. I'm going to say that that's not true, but I will do this. Benefit of the doubt, I will try a different video. Let me try this one, and let me see if there's an end screen here. I'm not even seeing, because of their end screen element, I'm not even seeing a build that lends itself to an end screen here. I'm seeing end credits and things like that, which they clearly know that they can put something at the end, and it looks like they're choosing to do credits and things, which only is going to hurt your watch, your average view duration. I think I get it. You're shouting out your Patreon, doing all those things, but what you're missing is the most important thing: pushing someone towards. You're saying hi to your mods. This is all stuff that people are going to click away and say, okay, I don't need to see all that. I'm not saying I like or hate that as a strategy, but you're wasting a lot of valuable time that's going to hurt your average view duration, and you're not even pushing them towards another video.
If you're going to put that stuff in a video, I'd recommend two different ways of doing it. One, you could put it as like some bottom ticker, right? So it's, think about, how the news puts information that scrolls across the bottom. You could do that during your actual video, during the entire video, if you really wanted to put it in there, or put it in your description. Put it down towards the bottom of your description if you want to get that stuff in there. And then use the end of your video, like Daniel said, to lead the viewer onto another relevant video for that viewer to watch.
Yeah, I don't even let that graphic that you had shown earlier of all the videos that had the similar train. One had gotten 41,000 views in 48 hours. The next one got about 7,300 views. Those were all me when I did the end screen. I don't even wait till the video's over before I start the end screen. When I do that, I do it in a very simple way. If you go to the end of any one of my videos, you'll actually see me wrapping up the video here when I get near the end. And when I'm saying the very last thing that's important to what's going on, I keep myself on screen. See how I'm there on the left? I'm still talking, but I go right ahead as I'm finishing up. I go right to the end screen element. I've got watch more. I'm pointing towards the next video that I picked specifically for that viewer. And I start saying things like, hey, if you want to learn more about how to use DaVinci Resolve to edit your videos for YouTube, click on the video that I've got on screen now, or maybe the one that I've got linked down below. So I'm trying to incorporate the strategy of really funneling them. The minute you give the viewer the idea that the video's ending, you give them permission to leave. And if you give them permission to leave, guess what they will do? They'll leave.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so unfortunately for this living through DIZ,
Game over.
So much for moving faster.
Yep, but you learned something. Okay, end screen. Type that in. Geraldo, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. We're moving faster for everything. Let's go.
Mocha Mima Media.
Love it.
Say that 3 times fast.
Mocha Mima Media.
Mocha Mima Media.
Wonder what type of channel this is going to be. Mocha Mima Media. Did you find it?
I'm looking. Mocha Mima Media. I like the name. I like the mnemonics of it.
Yep.
All right, there we go. I can see it. Let's pull up the wheel, and let's let the wheel tell us what it is we're going to look at here today.
Yep.
I should say, let's see what the wheel's going to throw at us, because we've already gotten one eliminated out of the blue. Optimized titles. When we're talking about optimized titles, people, we mean the titles to your videos. Make sure that you are optimizing them, not just for things like search, but optimizing them for the viewer so that the viewer can easily understand what the video is about and why they would want to watch, to try to get them to compel and actually click. So let me look at some of these, D. I'll let you see and you tell me what you think. Roa trick Peter Thomas owes Maryland over $120,000. Scammer Roa ex-hubby Peter Thomas license revoked. Paying with your life. The cost of looking beautiful, Dr. Donda West. Thirsty Thursdays Hot Topics 6/1/2023. Megan got a man. Hey, Megan. You got a man?
Megan?
I do.
Okay, let's go. It's they made a video about it.
Yeah.
Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, cast with bios, recap at 6 p.m. She got me agreeing with this man. D, what do you think about these titles?
I'm obviously not her target audience. Can you look at what's working on the channel?
Sure. Let me just escape out of this and let's go.
Yeah, because all I'm seeing is just a handful of videos that you've shown here. This is really
Forma
small.
Roa RHOA hubby Peter Thomas scamming again at Truncated. Scammer RHO X hubby. So there is some. I don't know who the RHOA.
So those are like revenge type videos or exposing people videos, and those are doing significantly better than the other pieces of content. So I would say this. Obviously, okay, and here's something else you got to be careful of. You're probably, and you'd look at your data here, but I'm going to guess you're bringing in people who are really interested in your scammer video, ex-hubby, whatever it is. You're bringing in a significant amount of views here, assuming these are all organic views, right? People are finding them on their own. These people who are coming in for this video, as awesome as those views look, you have to understand that not all views are created equal. These people, a lot of these people are not going to be interested in your other content. Some people are drawn into that negative type of content or people being exposed, right? A lot of people are drawn into that sort of thing, the drama. And if that's not in alignment with the rest of your content, you got to be careful with that, because you can definitely segment your audience and you can say, oh, I'm getting all these views, but those people are not necessarily interested in all of your other videos. So back to the titles, I'm going to say the titles don't do it for me. If one of those landed in front of me, but again, I'm not the demographic. I don't know.
Yeah, one of the things I would say when I talk about titles, YouTube has told us this pretty straightforward. They prefer if you do not write titles in all capitals, because they feel the experience is not great for the viewer overall. In general, when someone types something in all caps and uses exclamation marks, let me try to speak here today, it usually is interpreted as someone yelling, someone screaming at you, someone angry. So that sort of experience, YouTube has told us in the past, it's not what they would there's no benefit to it. When people read it, sometimes it throws them off. So one of the things you want to think of, it's not that it's a bad idea to capitalize maybe a specific word or something you want to jump and grab that viewer's attention. But when everything's in all caps like that, not the best play. YouTube hasn't said they're going to start penalizing channels for doing it, but they've made it clear that they don't love it when people do it as an experience on the platform. And their best practices say is try to keep it a little more, like you would write a headline to a news article. This is a media channel, right? This is supposed to be a Mocha Mima media channel talking about, I guess, trending stories. So having all this is a little over the top.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this too. I'm just going to do like an overall thing here. I'm going to tell you to simplify your thumbnails. You've got way too much happening in your thumbnails. They're way too busy. You've got too much text. Your text is really small. I can't even read half of the text that's on your thumbnails. Now, keep in mind, the majority of the people who are coming across your thumbnails are going to be looking on some sort of a device these days. Maybe they're looking on their phone. That stuff is going to be really difficult to read, and you got to think about how you're directing people's eyes to your graphics. So just look at the one he's got on the screen right now. All of that middle text on top of the couple, that can go. You've got your picture on there. You've got a YouTube icon. All of that can go. Marquez is going to learn. Marquez is going to learn today.
Yeah, you know what it is? There's so many things also going on. You're pulling my eye in 9 million directions. Yeah. Think about a thumbnail. It's just a quick image to help people understand what the video is about. And if it's someone, let's see, maybe there is, because it looks like there is a tweet or a post or something that's referencing that, like, figure out that one thing and do that, right? Like, figure out an image that really represents and is compelling, that might make sense, and thin out all those words and just try to make it clear for the viewer. Because if I saw all this, I'm saying the same thing. There's faces, there's text, there's
too much
plants, there's hearts, it's so much stuff that it's too complicated, especially for the amount of real estate a thumbnail takes up on a mobile device.
Another thing about your titles, you're putting hashtags in the middle of your titles. You don't have to do that. Like, get rid of those hashtags on your title.
Yeah.
Zoom in again.
Yeah. Hashtag ROHA, hashtag Evan Marcel, or whatever it is, hashtag Mike Sterling. Those don't do anything. Anything. Hashtags at their best become search terms, and if you click on them, if they're underneath your title and you click on them, I think even in your titles now, I got to remember, let's see, let me give you a quick example here. Let me click on that. Okay, so now you've got these hashtags. Let me try it, okay? You go, well, I put these hashtags in my title for a reason. Let me click one. You are Mocha Mima Media. So let me click, because that's all they are, search terms. Do I see any other Mocha Mima media content? No. So you just put something in your video that pushes people away from your channel towards other stronger channels that are talking about that hashtag, that are showing up for that search result. So make sure you don't just throw hashtags in because you think it's going to somehow make your content get discovered. If anything, if you're not ranking for those search terms, do not put them in there, because you will be pushing people to someone else's channel. In this case, reality TV and a lot of Bravo, E-News, things like that.
Right. Well, one thing you can use for hashtags in that area, and I still don't recommend putting them in your title. If you put hashtags in your actual description, YouTube will choose the first 3 and they'll put them up top, but I don't recommend putting them in your title. If you have a name for your community or your squad or whatever, that's a great hashtag to use, especially if it's unique, because when people tap on that, it's going to populate with all of the other hashtags that you've used, that you put that specific squad name in. So it kind of groups all of that content together. Or like Daniel said, unless you're ranking for a specific search term. Otherwise, you're throwing traffic away to other people.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to see if I still do use them down in my description. And if you see the hashtag, I'm using hashtag Daniel Batal. So if you happen to click on it, you should get more Daniel Batal content, right? I'm using my channel name in that case. I'm trying to own it so that it becomes a search term. You can actually track in your search results the hashtags if people are using it to find your content. But try to always use something that's going to make sense to help you grow your channel, not push people away.
Yeah, it's slow death today.
Slow death. Shut up. Shut up.
Real quick, look at her end screen again. Yeah, we're going on her channel right now.
Oh, here we are.
You've got all of this, not her end screen, but
right here.
Okay. Now, look at everything that you have here on this end. It's not even an end screen, right? This is like the last thing somebody's going to see on your video. And what you're doing here, right? If your goal is to grow your channel, the last thing you want people to do is leave YouTube to go to your TikTok or go to Twitter or go to Instagram. Make a decision. Am I trying to grow my YouTube channel, or am I trying to grow these other social media platforms? And if you're at the stage on YouTube where you're not really building that momentum yet and you're struggling to really find your core target audience, I highly recommend just focus on YouTube first. Once you start to build up YouTube, then you can start sending off to these other platforms. But right now, you're sending people all over the place. And YouTube sees this as people are actually leaving your video to go to other platforms. And those are negative signals that YouTube sees. It's not in YouTube's best interest to continue to recommend your videos when your videos send people off the platform.
Yeah, and this is the thing, I made a video about this before, where when I see this thing that says, none of these links are clickable, right? So I would have to sit here and then what?
Right.
Open up a new browser and type your name in and find you on Instagram. Is that the goal? Look at all the things that you've said here. There's nothing pushing towards another video, but you've said, but hey, while you're here, go find me on TikTok, find me on Twitter. No, go to Instagram. No, I need you to like the video. I need you to share the video. I need you to subscribe. This is what we call being an ask hole. When you ask for so many things that it's like, whoa, 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 like I'm just going to click away. I'm not doing anything here. What you should have done is use this chance to push towards maybe another high-performing, relevant piece of content. Like that ROHA, you had 2 videos that did really well recently, one 10 days ago, one 4 days ago. You were smart enough to double down on it. That one from 4 days ago should be linked in the end screen of the one from 10 days ago. So when the one from 10 days ago is getting served out and it's got, over 1,000 views, when it ends, it should be pushing towards the next one that you have that's an update on that story.
Right. Yeah, so we just gave you a lot of information on ways that you can simplify your channel and optimize it a lot better to hopefully kind of help build momentum a little bit. You've just got way too much going on.
Yeah.
Simplify everything. But unfortunately, when it comes to the game today...
Game over.
Yeah, and we've got some funny comments I'm going to pull up.
I like the slow burn.
So, yeah, this is great. Sudden death by 1,000 paper cuts. We realize that today's sudden death is not so sudden.
It was a slow, torturous death.
Yeah.
That's genius. Well done.
Waterboarding with D.
Waterboarding.
Yeah. I love it. All right, Harold, are you ready?
Let's do this thing.
Let's go.
I just woke Geraldo up. He's over there sleeping on the timpani.
It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
That's right.
That's how it is.
You're not the boss of me. El Buffalo.
El Buffalo. Love it.
Oh, let me see. Let me find this channel. El Buffalo.
What kind of channel El Buffalo is?
I don't know. Think he's related to El Jefe?
I don't know. Maybe. Possibly.
How do you spell Buffalo? I'm trying to spell it the way.
B-U-F-F.
Two F's. I'm trying to make sure I spelled it the right way.
Not so sudden death. You got it.
Not so sudden death. Slow death. Well, I'm telling you what, right now, I don't love the channel art because it's not optimized for the device, but I love the fact you have a Harley Davidson there, my friend. Very nicely done.
I knew you would
All
like
right.
that.
I'm not doing anything. We're going to try to move quickly here. I'm going to try to pick this up so it's not such a slow burn and an awful slow death. Let's spin the wheel, see what we're looking at. Clear channel name. Let's throw this one to the chat. They seem to be tired of hearing us talk. Let's let them decide. So I'm going to pull this up. The name of the channel is El Buffalo. Clear channel name. Do you understand what this might be about? Does it make sense when you see it? I'm going to let you kind of look at some of the channel art. I'm going to let you look at some of the thumbnails here. Maybe some of the titles might help. When you're seeing this together, do you quickly understand what this is about? Including looking at the next to the channel avatar that he's chosen.
Motovlogger sharing scenic rides in the... Keep scrolling.
Yeah, I'm going.
Motovlogger sharing scenic rides in the Southwest. Okay, now I know what the crowd is going to say here, but I just want to throw in my 2 pesos for what they're worth. That single statement. Go back up to it.
Yep.
Where's it at?
I'm sorry. I gotta scroll back up. Give me a second. Yeah, gotta go up. There we go. Right there.
There it is. Motovloggers sharing scenic rides in the Southwest. I would take, regardless of what the crowd says here, I would take that and I would put that dead center in your channel art and make it nice and bold and easy to read. So when somebody lands here, if they don't see that little text underneath your name, put it right up there on top of the bike so it's clear as day what's happening with your channel.
Yeah, totally agree. And even the image you've got up here is stretched out. So it's a little distorted. It doesn't fit the crop right. And this is, if I saw this on mobile, I would only see here to about here. So, I know that's a Harley, but even the Harley Davidson and the tank name is out of the crop for people who will be seeing this on a mobile device. So those things are, while the about part is great, you're making it a little hard on the value prop from the channel art. So what do people say? What do they think? Thumbs down, thumbs up?
You can go to like canva.com, canva.com, and you can sign up for free. It's limited, but you can actually build a pretty good YouTube channel art, YouTube channel header on Canva for free. So you could upload your own image into it. You can put text on it and then export it out of Canva for free. It's really easy to use. You'll stumble around for about 10 minutes, but then you'll figure it out.
So I just
what
want to
do we
click
have
here
on here?
quickly. We get a lot of thumbs down from the chat, which is what I expected. And I'm trying to figure out maybe El Buffalo, because we're talking about channel name. Maybe his nickname is El Buffalo. I'm guessing. Total
He's El
guess here.
Buffalo.
He's El Buffalo. I'm trying to see something that helps me understand that. He rides a 2014 SGS, and the missus rides a 2014 XL 1200T. All right, cool. I get that, but I'm not understanding the El Buffalo part. So you may want to even consider doing something simple like, El Buffalo Motovlogging or something that helps sell that, so we understand when we see it. And you've got the buffalo in a picture of a buffalo, which makes me think this is like wildlife or something. And then you've got YouTube Motovlogger written in there, but it's so small that I would never be able to read that on most devices. Right. So think about bringing that to the forefront, like Dee said, not just in your channel art, but maybe in your channel name, and then maybe bringing some of the images. I would rather see you on the bike or in the helmet. You've got a couple of great pictures of you guys. Like, I see that's maybe, which one is you? That looks like you. I'm going to guess that's you right there, right?
Awesome beard, dude.
Yeah,
awesome
great beard. So like get something in there that screams your lifestyle, that screams you. Maybe you got the Harley hat on or whatever the thing is that brings that to it. Like bring some personality to it. Because the buffalo is just like, I don't know who the buffalo is. Well, I might be, the minute I saw you, I went, he's a biker. He rides.
Yeah. You could, like I said, you could use Canva or any other graphics program, but you could like make a collage of really cool pictures up there about the places that you've been, right? Like just kind of put them all up there in a collage style and then put a line of text up there to let people know, what's going on. Just so when they land on it, right? They land here on your channel page and they know immediately what's happening.
Speaking of which,
there's a buffalo.
Megan and I are going to Bike Week up in Laconia, New Hampshire. So tomorrow morning, and we're going to be up there for the week. So let's get moving here, please.
All right.
Enough with the paper cuts. Where are we at? That was a strike, right? He didn't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, El Buffalo, you are El Game Over.
Game over.
We still only have one winner in the winner's circle? Oh my God, we got to find someone else.
But yeah, game over for El Buffalo. But with a little bit of tweaking, I think you can come back and win.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can keep trying to win. You didn't make it on that one, but we might pull you up again.
Slow death. Oh, it is a slow death.
It is.
Type that in, people.
This is the slowest sudden death we've ever had in the history of this game.
Sudden
Moving
death.
like a buffalo.
Sudden death.
Geraldo, you ready?
What was the cause of death? It was old age.
Old age. Yeah.
Do it. Gracie B S ASMR. At least I think I know what this channel is going to be about from the. You say it quietly.
ASMR. Yeah, we're gonna do everything. We're gonna do everything ASMR style now.
Super quiet. Here we go. Yes. So Gracie B ASMR. Hold on. I need to get the proximity effect.
Tapping. ASMR.
Okay, so here's the channel.
Okay, where's it?
I found it.
There we go.
Hold on. Let me get the wheel.
Okay.
There it is. The quietest spin ever. Ding. Featured content. Let's look. I'm on the page and I see featured content right here.
All right.
That means she's a winner.
Everybody's a winner here today. We have to keep everything positive. There are ASMR live streams.
There's no losers.
There's no losers here today.
I just want to say one thing. When you hit the advance button, it's going to be very loud.
Yes. All right. Ready? On the count of 3, hold your eardrums. 1, 2, 3.
Advance.
That's how we're rolling today, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. What's the next word they're typing into the chat, D?
I don't know, but we should do. You know what? We should do ASMR live stream channel reviews, just because nobody else has ever done that. I bet. Maybe they have. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! And then but everyone's like tuned in with headphones, really, and then the ad comes up in the middle of it. The ad placement.
Right.
Oh my God.
What? Please show us your. I beg your pardon. Please show us your parrot.
What?
What?
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me.
Not in public.
Yeah. All right. I don't want to get us demonetized here.
I'll show you my rooster.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that. Our neighbor 3 days ago
Bought a rooster?
bought a rooster. Yeah. I'm guessing there's a whole bunch of chickens on there, but they specifically have a rooster, and it starts right before the sun comes up.
Of course it does.
3 days ago.
Which is exactly when you go to bed, right before the sun comes up. So the timing is excellent.
It is. It's like, oh, hey, I just see the horizon, the sun's, oh, time to go to bed. No, oh, you're not. Yeah.
You speak fluent rooster.
I do.
All right, everybody, you got that typed in the wheel as you see it? That's what we're going for? Yes, let's do this.
go.
Can we spin this thing?
Yes.
Gosh.
Roosterese, I speak it.
Rooster impressions here at the Channel Reviews Live Game Show.
That's right. Wait till you hear my ASMR rooster impressions. Hey,
All
SMA
right.
Sky, how you doing? Didn't see you in here.
Okay, SMA Sky. SMA's Sky. Smaz Sky. Did I type that right? Probably not. Here we go.
Yeah.
I think I have it. There we have it. I'm going to find the wheel, wherever it is, and I'm going to pull that up. And let's spin it and see what we're going to look at.
Let's go.
We need more winners. More winners.
Yes, everyone's a winner.
Everyone. Winner's choice. Okay, so this channel, type into the chat what you would like us to look at. You could pick something that you think you're going to win on. Take a look at, you can even say, hey, I just want to advance to the final round. I want some free merch. You could pick free merch. You could say, take a look if there's something you want to learn. You could say, hey, I'd take a look at my cards, end screens. I think I know I have those. Your choice here, anything on the wheel. If you would like to eliminate yourself, you are allowed.
Knock yourself out.
Literally.
Stop you. Yeah.
So it's Smaz SMA's Sky. Let's see if we can shout it out in chat there. We're keeping our eyes open. Ooh, dang.
Says,
wow.
Doug says, I'm sure both Thailand and Mexico have the rooster issue.
Yeah.
They do, but there's a little twist to it here. And I don't know if they do this in Mexico or not. If there's anyone in Mexico, let me know. So here in Southeast Asia, specifically Thailand, where I'm at now, unfortunately, like chicken fighting is a popular thing.
Oh.
They're not supposed to really do it, but they do it. And
is that what they call it? Chicken fighting?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the word we're going to use here for the
That's
PG
the word we're going
crowd.
to use today. We're going to go chicken fighting. And some of those chickens are like some of those chickens they sell for like as much as a car. Like they're worth like a lot of money, some of the prized chickens.
Wow.
And I think that's what our neighbor has. I think they have a prized chicken fighting or a champion. That's what I'm trying to say. I think they have a champion.
One of my favorite bands out of Boston, the Fighting Cocks.
That's right.
Did he say anything? I'm looking at SMA Skies. He went, I saw that part, but I'm looking what he picked.
Optimized playlist.
Optimized playlist. Cool.
Got it.
I like that he went for it. He's like, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to just go advance me or give me something, give me some merch. Throw me into the fire. So let's do that.
That's
so I'm
right.
going to this homepage.
I like that
I'm looking.
channel art.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, bringing a small portion of the sky to your screen.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So let me do this. Let me zoom in here and let me go down. And right at the very top, I'm seeing lunar videos and live streams. Here's a collection of my lunar live streams and videos. Let me scroll down a little bit here. See another one. I want to take a look at what's here. We've got time-lapse videos. Watch some of my time-lapse videos, some of which the images were taken during live streams. Stargazing live streams. Come stargaze for a while. Here are all my stargazing videos. I capture these images of the stars for either making time-lapse videos or image stacking. I will say this, whether it's your interest or not, I know exactly what these playlists are. He titles them really well and then uses great descriptions that if I don't exactly get the title, he does a great job with the description to explain exactly what's in this playlist. So I'm going to say, I think that's a win.
Advance.
All right, congratulations. How many people do we have in the winner's circle?
3.
Winner's
We have a
circle
total
right
of 3.
Total of 3.
Yes.
All right. Well, we've talked about so much today. We've talked about spiders and roosters, eating
talked about a
tarantula,
lot. Yeah.
bats hitting me in the neck,
That's never good.
you getting stung by a yellow jacket.
That was
Talked about
terrible.
Geraldo's escapades in New York. This stream kind of went downhill when you went there.
I
That
think,
was-
yeah, I may have thrown a curveball in there. I'll take full responsibility for any of the right turns that this
right.
thing took along the way. Let me
All
add
right.
a color here. Let me make sure I get
Okay.
him in the final round, or I will forget.
So go ahead.
Save,
Yep,
done.
go ahead and type in the yard right now, as in Streamyard. And by the way, I want to thank Streamyard once again for letting us. I don't know why they let us on their channel to do this, but they do. They do. If you're trying to figure out the easiest way to go live, StreamYard is definitely it. There's a link to StreamYard down in the description below. You can stream up to 20 hours for free every single month with StreamYard. So if you want to just test it, it's browser-based. You don't have to download anything.
Yeah. That's one of the things I love about StreamYard is the fact that it's all done up in the cloud. So all of that heavy lift. And I can remember we used to live stream. If you had a glitch in your internet connection, your whole stream would go down and YouTube would shut you off. And you'd be like, stream over. Great thing is if you ever have a glitch now, if you use StreamYard, it holds it open so you can log quickly back in and keep your live stream going. Or if Dee had an issue, I could still be here and we could pick it up until he was able to get back in. Really has solved so many problems for live streamers like us.
Yeah. And as 86 said here, he says, I bought a year. Or where would they go? Oops.
Burglars always win. Burgles
They
always
won
win.
right there. Burgles always
Burglars.
win. You won. Says I bought a year of it and it's awesome. Super easy to bring guests on. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're trying to figure out the easiest way to bring a guest on. So, you know, Daniel and I are obviously, we're not in the same studio. We're in two different parts of the world. And you can bring, depending on the plan that you have, I think the free plan is it like 6 guests, I think, for free?
Yeah, I think it's up
What
to
it is?
10 on the pro, or in the
12.
or
12 for the
on,
pro, and I think
on screen at one time. I think is 10. I think you can invite up to 12. I can't remember the whole thing is. You think we would know this, like we are influencers for the brand, but yeah, and it's all you got to do is send a code. You go right in here. You go here, click that link, send it to the person. All they have to do is click the link, and it brings them right into the studio, right into the green room.
Yep. All right. Ready?
Let's do it.
Spin it.
Skin that smoke wagon.
Yep.
Ratiti Mommy. I think this is a familiar name.
She's been on here before.
I agree. I think this is a familiar name, so I expect good things. Ratiti Mommy. I'm gonna go over here. Ratiti Mommy. I know I'm saying it wrong. I probably the same time last time. I probably asked like, what is it?
You
I
learn
gotta
nothing. You learn nothing.
I
Dan.
don't. It's like it goes in one hairy ear and out the other. But let's pull up the wheel and let's let the wheel decide what we're gonna look at or what we're gonna do. Good Lord.
What was it?
It was eliminated. I'm spinning again. Screw that. I'm making up the rules. I'm spinning again.
There we go.
I can't. We've already made these poor people suffer through our spider
I
stories
know.
and
Yeah.
yellow jacket stories.
Yeah.
I can't bear to eliminate another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to listen to stuff today. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we'll,
you sticking by while we've struggled to get through this stream today.
I know. Then you get a free spin too. Let's see what's going on here. We refuse to let you to not have a shot at this.
That's right.
Wouldn't it be funny if it went to advance? End screens, that seems to be very popular today, and it is a very popular feature on YouTube that you all should be using to get people to go on to watch more of your content. So let's take a look at the channel. Let's see if Ratiti Mommy is actually using end screens. Let me go to an edited video. Here is one, a fashion haul from only a few days ago, one day ago. I'm going to scroll right to the end, cute kid. And I'm going to see if now, let me see. There we go. 2 end screens right there. I've got one on either side. Love it.
Advance.
Next word to type in is live streamer. Just how you see it on the screen. No space in between. And congratulations, Ratiti Mommy. She says awesome.
Awesome. See how easy that is when we move quickly?
Yep.
We are gifted. Live streamer. Type it in there. Let's go. Live streamer. Let's get this number up. 12 isn't enough. There we go. 39. Now we're starting to move.
There you go.
Look at me cracking the whip. Like the chat is the one that's been slowing us down today. Come on, guys. Could you pick it up?
Yeah,
You're
let's
slowing
go.
our stream down.
All right, what's we have?
50, 55. Keep them coming.
Let's go.
You ready?
Whenever you're ready. Yep,
Let's do it. 59. I like it.
Moving fast.
Oh. Left Coast Graphics. Left Coast Graphics. Okay.
Left Coast
Coast
Graphics.
Graphics. Let me see if I can
All
find
right.
them. Left Coast Graphics. That looks like the right channel. I am seeing it right here. So here that channel is. Let me pull up the wheel, and let's let the wheel decide what we're looking at. Man, chat's choice again. Chat's choice. Shout out in the chat. Anything you see on this wheel right now or anything that you've seen along the way, you can give them free merch. You could advance them to the very end. You could ask about optimized playlist, pinned comment, clear thumbnails, consistent uploads, clear value proposition. Any one of these things. Featured link in the description. Any one of these things, shout it out in the chat, and we'll go with what the chat decides we should be looking at. I see clear thumbnails. Clear thumbnails again. Value prop pinned. Let me see.
Pinned comments. Clear thumbnails. Value prop. Pinned comments. Pinned comments. Let's do pinned comments.
Looks like pinned comment. I like that one too.
Hey,
that's
Nikki, how you
sticky.
doing? Yep.
All right, so we're going to go over to your videos tab here, Mr. Left Coast Graphics. Let me find something. Oh,
hold on. Let me see this channel art. Hold on. Slow down.
Hold on. Let me get up. Hang on. Let's see what's going on up here.
Okay, hold on. Those thumbnails look like Star Wars boxes. I'm about ready to flip out. Scroll down.
Oh, they are. Yeah, you're
That's
right. They look just
so
like the.
well done. That is
That's
so
nice.
well done. Okay, talk about like targeting your target. Like I saw those and immediately knew what was going on here.
Yeah.
Holy cow! That's
Here's a perfect example, right? So
Wow.
here are some of the packaging from the action figures, and you see that white line around it. They've put that right into the thumbnail. Really smart. I love
What's
it.
this channel called? I am subscribing immediately. What's it called?
Okay, it's called Left Coast Graphics. And
Left Coast Graphics.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Subscribe. You got a subscriber.
Nice.
Wow. That's so well done, man. I don't know what your videos are like, but just the packaging, I'm sold.
Yep. All right. So yeah, sometimes it works. You moved D to subscribe.
Yeah.
So why don't we take what was it they decided to look at? Pinned comment? Was that it?
Hold on. Ready? Clear value proposition right here. The only thing that throws me off, and I don't know if this is not only a Star Wars channel, I'd say okay, but if this is only a Star Wars channel, I'm a little thrown off by the name and the avatar. Your profile.
Yeah, the name is throwing me off because it says toy collector in Vancouver, Canada. And I was getting that Star Wars toys vibe. It was the packaging. I felt that. The name throws me off a little bit. And then the channel icon right there throws me off because I'm like, I don't know what that is. And Left Coast Graphics, I would have thought this was maybe graphic design or something. So that's the only thing throwing me off. And maybe it's maybe he has a shop or something. I don't know. But
I would, Left Coast Toys or Left Coast Toy Collector or something like that.
Yeah.
The name is throwing me off. Your little avatar there is throwing me off too.
Yep.
And
even the description, experience a galaxy of creativity. I'm like, graphics, creating graphics, right? And then I go down and I go, I'm a little thrown off. But in terms of the channel art and the packaging and all the toys, I get all that.
Yeah.
Now it screams toys. All of that screams the toys and stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, we're looking at pinned comment. Let's go. 4 days ago, 161 views to the Boba Fett toy. Let's go down, and we're looking for
I used to
pinned
have
comment.
one of those. Man.
Yeah. Oh, man. Unfortunately, I don't see a pinned comment here.
Really?
No. All that wonderful work on those thumbnails, and you don't pin a comment?
Really?
I can try another one. Hold on.
Come on, give them the benefit of the doubt
All right.
because those thumbnails are so good.
Well, wait a second. Let me just go pinned comment. Let me try another one. Let me try something that was maybe a few more views a little while back. Let me try this one. Still no pinned comment.
Oh, man. So I'm going to put this on the screen again for people who might have come in late. When we're talking about pinned comments, that's what we want to see. We want to talk about a comment that you write, you pin at the top there that links out to another piece of content, or it could be intentional. It could link out to your email list or to an affiliate, something like that. But you pin it, and it stays on top of all the other comments. So if somebody comes down to read the comments or leave their own comment, they're going to see that comment first.
Yeah.
Man, unfortunately, I hate to do this.
Do it.
Oh my goodness, that's such.
Game over.
The force is not with you, my friend.
No.
The force is not with you.
He did not want to throw you in the Sarlacc pit, but unfortunately, that's what's happened here today, folks. Now, listen.
This was not the way. This is not the way.
Not the way.
Yeah.
All right, we've been going at this for a while. I think we're finally at that point where we are going to let's go to the final wheel spin here and let's see what we've got for winners, and let's assign a winner. At least we have 4 people. I mean, for a while there we didn't have any, but we had 1 winner in the final wheel spin. So
look at this. I didn't know about pinned comments until today.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, that's one of those things that sometimes you think, oh, all of this is obvious, or oh, I guess I could do that. It's so powerful. It's right there. And sometimes you just don't realize, like, wow, I didn't realize you could do that. And little simple tweaks like that, being able to push someone towards another piece of your content and recommend it right there under a video they're already watching and maybe commenting on. Really, really powerful stuff. Really powerful.
Yeah. And by the way, when we're talking about clear channel names, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, Motherhood Unfiltered, it's okay.
Is going to be okay podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, too much. Motherhood Unfiltered or Motherhood Unfiltered podcast.
Yep.
Cut it there.
Take it down.
I won't remember the rest. All right, so we're looking for the final spin.
Yes, pull up the wheel.
What do we got?
There we go. We have 4 people here. We got Ratiti Mommy. We've got SMA Skies. We've got Gracie's B. What? Oh my, what?
Clear channel names. And they said,
Sarah Kerrigan's our Swarm Terrain Queen of Blade. Sarah.
There's another one.
Another one. Gotta
simplify, people. Simplify. Yep. All right.
Maybe that's her actual name. Maybe that's just her whole name. She's got like a lot of. So some people have long names. Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Yeah. That's only 3. I guess that wasn't that long. Yeah. Let's spin this thing. There we go, Ratiti Mommy. Congratulations, my friend. You are today's big winner here on the Channel Reviews live show. So listen, what you need to do is Megan's going to put her email into the chat, megan@danielbatal.com. She will, all you do is reach out. She'll confirm who you are, confirm that is actually your channel. And then you'll be able to pick any item you want from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise. They've got hoodies. They've got great coffee mugs that we love because they're huge. They've got t-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. The stuffed duck puddles, who we love very much. Pick something that you think you might enjoy and we'll get that sent out to you, okay? And thank you, everybody, for participating today and putting up with our nonsense, all of our insect stories. I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird stream today, but apologies for coming on late. Thanks for sticking with us, and we kind of went off the rails a little bit today. And I want to cover this really quick. So us, Nanu's DZ, another unusual name, says, I just want to know, or I need to know, do pin messages, but I don't know, do they have to be mine? I think you're asking about, can you put other people's videos or other links in your pinned comment? The answer is you can link out to anything that you want, right? But what we're trying to say is be intentional. And if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, then it makes sense to link to your videos in your playlist, right? If you're like, hey, how do I grow my channel faster? End screens, cards, pinned comment, right? All the things we talked about earlier on in the live stream, use all of those things to direct people to another one of your videos.
Yep. Or whatever that thing is, right? It could be anything. But just be intentional. Don't leave those big, obvious spaces where you can influence what the viewer does next. Don't leave them empty. Take advantage of them.
Right. And thank you, StreamYard, for letting us take over your channel once again. And if you're not a StreamYard user, links down below. You can try StreamYard for free up to 20 hours a month. And Mr. Batal, thank you once again. Awesome stream.
Megan, thank you very much for being so helpful and keeping us on track here and not letting us ramble.
I don't know that I did that.
None of that happened.
Good job, Megan. And thanks to every one of you who hung out today. If you learned something, you had a good time, give us a thumbs up down underneath the live stream. It would mean a lot, and it lets StreamYard know that they should have us back next month. We are here the second Saturday of every month, so we will see you here next month. And Mr. Batal, thank you. Peace.
Peace.